Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you all about Menorca, everything you need to know to plan your trip there, where to stay, how to get there, how many days, what are the best beaches on the best places to stay, how to get around the island, and finally everything you need to do it in a very quick, useful and non-binding way. So guys, enjoy the video, don't forget to give us that like because this is very important for us. Subscribe to the channel because that helps us a lot, and buckle up. Well, Menorca is one of the 4 Balearic islands in Spain. It's Majorca, Ibiza, Formentera, and Menorca. Menorca is the quietest of them all, except for Formentera, which is a small and more focused on just a few small beaches. Menorca ended up being the one we found to be the quietest. It has a restful, natural feeling, and Ibiza and Mallorca have a more agitated feel. We really liked it there. It was one of the most pleasant places I have ever visited in my life, and the hotel we stayed at there is in a different location. It's not an expensive hotel, and personally it had a private beach, which was, I think, one of the nicest beaches I've ever stayed on in my life. So it was a trip that really struck a chord with us, so I'll try to give you the main tips. It's not a place that has a lot of things to do. You don't have to worry about making an itinerary and getting to know it, because there are few things. They are very spread out, so you get to know it. So, to get to Menorca, it also has an airport. Usually people do the itinerary similar to what we did for the island in Spain, which is Ibiza, Formentera, Mallorca, and Menorca. Usually people either start in Menorca, which is up there, and then go to Mallorca and Ibiza, or you start in Ibiza, which is what we did, and then Majorca and Menorca. If you take a flight from Mallorca to Menorca, it's very quick. It takes 30 minutes from Ibiza. It also takes an average of 35 minutes, and you can also get flights from Barcelona, Madrid. There are many flights leaving from the cities, and it's very fast. They last about an hour and 10. Everything is very fast, and there's the option of the ferries. For those who want to go by ferry, you can go from Barcelona to Menorca. If I'm not mistaken, it takes about 5 hours, 4 hours and a little bit by ferry, so it's an option that can be cheaper, and also for the other islands you can get there by ferry. If you want, I'll leave here in the description of the video the link to the sites that we use to search for tickets and ferries. It's a very good site. It searches the ferries in all of Europe. We used it a lot to compare and see what's more worthwhile and what is not. Now, how many days to stay in Menorca? This is kind of a hard question, guys, because you can stay 10 days there. It will be amazing, but think there are other places to visit, so you don't need to spend so much. We ended up staying 4 days, and it was very good, more than enough, because we could rest, visit the main beaches. It was very nice. 4 days we think is good. There are people who want to stay a little longer, 5, 6, I think it's still the ideal, but more than that, you don't have much to do, unless you want to stay there enjoying the beach, resting, but we think that 4 is good. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about the layout of the island, which is important for you to understand. The island has 2 extremes. The port, if you go by ferry, you will probably arrive by Ciudadela. It's a small town, a village, which has a lot of things. It's a center, a small center, which has a lot of things, supermarkets, restaurants, bars. It's a well-constructed part, and at the other end of the island, it's the airport, which is the region of Mahon, the capital, which is where they say it's the most important region. So there are these 2 extremes, and we think that the region of the airport, this Mahon, is not very suitable for staying because there are no beaches. Of course there are beautiful beaches, but they are not as beautiful as the ones on the other side. We think that the best region is side of the port. And speaking of transportation, the buses are very difficult, guys. There are some, but their public transportation system is very difficult to use. The cab is also very difficult to find. We think that both in Ibiza, Mallorca and Menorca, it's the essential that you rent a car. The car was very helpful and not expensive. We were in 4 people, we shared, so it was easy, and you end up being able to do everything there because things are far away. The most beautiful beaches are far away and there are not many transportation options, so we think that renting a car was the best option. For those who don't know, it's super easy to rent a car there. You can drive with your national driver's license. It was the only thing they asked for us, the passport and the national driver's license. Sometimes in some places they may ask for the PID, which is the international driver license, which is just a translation of yours. If you want to do it, you go to the traffic department on your city. We asked for it online. We didn't even have to go to the department. We paid a small fee, but it wasn't very high, and in a few days they gave it to us at home. You can take it with you to make sure, but for us they only asked for the license and the passport, and then you arrive and rent it. You can either rent it at the airport, there are car rental companies there, you choose the region, or at the airport. As we went by plane, we ended up renting the car at the airport because there are many rental companies there. It's the place with most rental companies on the island, so it was very easy. We picked it up and we went to another region of the island to our hotel. The golden tip for you to save money on rental car and not have any problems, folks: rent it beforehand. Don't leave it to be rented on the spot, because it can happen that there's no car available, and if there is, they charge a fortune. It's a fortune because they put the price up there. They see that you are there and you need it. Do it online and you will pay much cheaper and guarantee your car. And another tip: don't go to the car rental companies. There's a site that's very good. We use it everywhere. I'll leave the here below as well. It's a car rental comparator. It compares the price in all these major car rental companies and ends up getting unbeatable prices, cheaper even than directly at the car rental company. So use the comparator, compare with the price of the rental company. We will see that it's the cheapest place of all, and focus on the big ones. These islands have some smaller car rental companies which have good and attractive prices. We have seen many people having problems. Always look for the bigger ones, which are Alamo, Europe Car, Thrifty, $60 budget, Avis. These bigger ones are much quieter. You will definitely have less headaches if you close with one of them. And with the car you can do everything. Menorca is a place that we found very difficult to do the tips on where to stay. Mallorca and Ibiza, we have the right places in our minds. What's the best location? In Barcelona, Paris, these places are much easier to define an ideal region. We find it very difficult in Menorca because the main attractions are the beaches and everything is very spread out. So our tip is research the hotel, which is what we did. We ended up staying in a beach up there in the north that nobody talked about this region, but we researched it, and it was a hotel with a very good price, very nice and organized. The apartments were small buildings and had a very beautiful private beach. We said, well, let's stay there. The idea was to rest, stay on the beach, and it was one of the best hotels I have ever stayed in my life, and at a very good price. We stayed on the beach for 2 days. We went there with goggles, we took snorkeling. You can dive there calmly, good food, everything, and it was incredible. We were a little bit up there, but being with the car, we would take one day or another, chose a beach, go down, visit. We went to Ciudadela, which is nice that you can go there. In Ciudadela, which has small streets, it reminds a little bit Palma de Mallorca, which is the region of Mallorca that's a village. It has some stores, restaurants, some nice places to visit in the center, but the beaches are a little bit more spread out. So with the car, you plan and go. So research a lot. For sure you will find a nice hotel on the beach. Try to get a hotel on the beach, because then you will have a very good trip, and then you just have to plan a little bit to visit the other places of the island. One region for those who want a tip on where to stay to make sure: we saw that most people either stay in Ciudadela, but we think that Ciudadela doesn't have much natural beauty. It has a lot of nice and easy things, restaurants, hotels, but we think that for the natural beauty of the beach, there's a region a little bit down there called Calembos, which is a very nice beach. It has a structure, it has some markets and nice hotels for you to stay, and it's very close to other beaches, so you can get to another one in 5 minutes by car, 10, 15 minutes. You're close to very good beaches that are in this region down there in the south of the island to the left. I'll leave here below, folks, in the description of the video, the link with the map of Menorca and with the filters that we put. It has the hotels, the best and well rated hotels, which we have already selected for you to stay. Take a look, it's very good, intuitive. It has guest reviews, you can search very well. It's within the largest hotel search site in the world, surely you know it. It's the one we always use, which has the best prices and the largest number of hotels. And the personal tip to save money in Menorca is to book in advance. The sooner you make your hotel reservation, the cheaper you will pay. So you saw the hotel on this site, do you like it? Book it. The cool thing about this site that we use a lot is that it has free partnership with all the hotels for free cancellation. So if you saw a good price and like it, make the reservation, guarantee the price, this nice hotel. Then if you need to change anything, date, region, or even cancel the trip, it's just one click without any bureaucracy. You don't pay anything and the cancellation is 100% free. So guarantee yours, because we have already seen that in Menorca in a matter of weeks the prices skyrocket because everybody ends up wanting to rent at the same time or so the prices go way up there. I'll leave also the link of the hotel where we stayed, guys. Take a look at this hotel. It's a little bit up there, but I'm recommending it because I liked it too much. For me, if I could go back to a beach in Europe today, especially since I have children now, Clarinha, Laurinha, I didn't have at the time. Guys, this hotel is amazing for the family, for single people, because they're private beach. Look at the pictures that you will see. It's a wonderful thing and it's not expensive. We even got a little house that had 2 rooms. We were 2 couples, it was even cheaper. We were able to share. It had a kitchen, a very nice structure. Take a look and I'm sure you're gonna like it. And talking about the season, guys, this is important information. For any of these European summer destinations, beach, island, it varies a lot according to the time of the year. And why? July is the high of summer. The European summer is the month that most bomb this island. So everything is more expensive, more crowded, and the heat is very intense. A tip from us, try to travel in May and June, which is still hot, a very pleasant heat, but it's still a little empty. Not totally empty, but it's much calmer than July. And then if you want, try to go in the middle of August onwards. After the 12th and 13th of August or September, we ended up going at the end of August, beginning of September, and it was great. It was already very empty. People had already started to leave the peak of the European summer, which was more July and beginning of August. Things were still working because many things close. After October, some beach clubs, discos, parties, and restaurants start to close because the islands have little movement. November and December is already cold there, people. It's very cold in Europe. It's not very cold in these regions because they are on the coast, but it's cold. It bothers you to really enjoy the beach. Try to go until October at the latest and you will get better weather. Our tip is until September. Try to get the end of August, September. That's gonna be great for you. This is the perfect time for you to go because it's not too hot and it's a little emptier for you to enjoy. Guys, quickly, any questions you have, any travel questions at all, you can send them to us and we'll really help. If you prefer and even easier, follow me on @PaiLorenzi. Send me a direct message on Instagram and I'll help you. And take the time to follow us there. We are always traveling around the world trying to show travel tips in a very cool way in the routine for our little ones that are a blast. And we are in Orlando now. It's been a few months that we are living here. This studio is in our new house here in Orlando. So we'll show you how is the American life, how are the amusement parks, shopping, food, and everything else. The content is very cool. Follow us there and I'm sure you'll like it. And now I'm going to talk quickly about the beaches. It won't go much into details because there are many beautiful beaches. See the closest ones to you, make an itinerary there to visit 2, 3 in the same day because there are a lot of nice beaches. With the car you have this flexibility, it's very good. And a tip, buy at the beginning of the trip or take a big towel. You can arrive at the beach and put it on because some beaches are deserted, there are no chairs, so it gets in the way. If you take a big towel and umbrella, it's a good idea to buy one on the first day to use on all the beaches. And also take juices, snacks, sandwiches, some things in the cooler because there are beaches that don't have stores, that are no kiosks. It's a different reality. There is much more nature there and sometimes we don't have things to buy. Well, so in Ciudadela area, which is the most central area, the one people like to walk around, it's the most historic area of the city, which is on the left side. There's a beach, actually it's called Cala Embrut, but it's not really a sand beach. It's more like a natural pool with rocks around it, and it's nice because people like to go there and jump off the rocks. It's kind of different, so we thought it would be a nice one to mention it here because it's really nice. And then down there in the area we told you to stay, going down from Ciudadela, there are some very nice beaches. It's starts with Sauda, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in Europe. It's well worth visiting and spending some time there. Then you go to the left, there is Destalayer, but the name is difficult, folks, I'm telling you, but we'll write here too, and you can look it up because it's kind of complicated. And then on the right, 5 minutes by car, you have Turqueta, which is also very beautiful. All of them are beautiful. You will see that the beauty varies. Some have more stones, others have sand, some have structure, restaurants, others don't, but all of them are worth visiting. And continuing along this line, you can do this in the same day. There is Macareleta, which is also a beautiful one, and we liked it a lot. And there is the Cala Galdana, this Cala Galdana, which is very beautiful, very beautiful. It's one of that really caught our attention. We really liked it. We think it's worth visiting. It's nice that this stretch has the beaches we like the most, so if you stay down there close to this region, it's already much easier. And up there are some small beaches too. One that really liked, and that was very close to our hotel, was Cala Pilar and Cala Morel. They are very nice beaches that are there further north, and there are some others that are far away, close to the airports, that we think are not worth it. These beaches that are on the left side are so beautiful, both to the south and to the north, that we think it's not worth it to go to the other side there from the airport. This is our opinion, but do some research. Opinions always vary a lot, and then you see what's best for you. Guys, an important piece of information: for you to move around, do all this, search for maps, schedules, beach, restaurants, communicate, the cell phone is very important, and there the Wi-Fi doesn't work almost anywhere. Sometimes even at the hotel it fails, so it's very difficult. Our tip: buy a prepaid international SIM card so you can use your cell phone there easily. We always do that. You travel abroad, buy the prepaid chip. It's the easiest and cheapest way to talk using your cell phone abroad, so buy it. I'll even leave in the description of the video the link of what we are buying. It's been 5-6 years that we only buy with them. We have their chip and we only recharge it when we travel, so it's cheaper and easier. They have very good plans. We bought the plan, they delivered the chip very quickly for us. We put it in when we got there and used it without any problems. It worked very well. Even on the most distant beaches, the signal is very good. This is what we liked it a lot, and this is worth a lot. But don't travel without it, because we will have problems and may even get lost. And closing these important tips: travel insurance. For those who don't know, international travel insurance is mandatory for those who go to Europe, especially Spain. So be sure to get one. It's very cheap, easy, and fast. So if you want, I'll even leave in the description of the video here the comparator, similar to the car rental comparator. It's a site that compares travel insurance at the best insurance companies and offers you the best prices. It does everything for you, and you just choose the cheapest one. The prices are unbeatable. It's the cheapest place that we have ever seen in our lives. We always do it there. In 5 minutes you make the purchase, print the policy, and that's it. Take it with you, and you are free from any expense or fortune that you could spend on any event, a hospitalization, doctor's appointment, or any unforeseen event that may rise abroad. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. That really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the other videos. There are all the videos on the island, all the tips from Menorca, Ibiza, Formentera, and Barcelona. We are going to do the Madrid one now, so Spain's complete. I'll leave the playlist here on the side for you to watch and enjoy. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much, and have nice trips.